How's it going, everybody? I'm Jeff Slakey, and I am happy to continue on with some candidate conversations in studio. It's been a long time since I've had a chance to talk with candidates running for offices, and there are some exciting races this year in Shelton. The Shelton City Council races, there's a few positions that are up for election. One of those is with Eric Onisko, who is currently a council member, position 4. You're rerunning for that, and you're going unopposed. First off, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Jeff?
Good to see you.
Nice seeing you again.
Good to see you in person.
Yeah.
It's exciting. So you're running unopposed. So you are in for your next round as a city councilman. So for those who may be new to the area or not have a chance to either watch or visit in on a council meeting, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Eric Onisko. I am a sitting council member for seat 4, which all of our seats are at large. So basically, I represent every citizen, every property owner, and every business owner in the city of Shelton. I've been on the council now for 3+ years. The very first council of the city of Shelton since its founding in 1890, am I wrong? So it's been pretty exciting. In the beginning, we inherited quite a mess. We had a deficit budget, and staff, first of all, did a great job at, stop the spending until we got things figured out. We got that budget back in line, and we've had balanced budgets for the next several years.
It's a rewarding job. It's tough.
It is tough sometimes. The people, they see some good that we do, but a lot of stuff that we do they don't see.
Yeah.
Like that was one of them. That was quite the ordeal. I mean, I believe the beginning numbers were 4.7 million in the red.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at an extraordinary ending fund balance. So that's really exciting.
A lot of hard work. In that time, you brought in a new city manager. Jeff Knighton's the city manager now. And as you see the council, how it was and how you've moved through here, and you have the opportunity to get a couple new people on the council this election. So what would you like to see here moving forward in a few years at the end of the next term? What does Shelton look like in the next 4 years?
Well, hopefully larger.
Sure.
Hopefully we
How
can...
much larger? I mean, what are we thinking?
Well, I definitely would like to see more rooftops. I mean, the only way to flatten out some of these high rates that we have for water, sewer, and stormwater is to have more roofs. So I hope that we can grow that way. Also, there is just nothing available in Shelton. There's no homes for sale. There's no homes for rent. We had a great opportunity to bring some workforce housing into the city, but unfortunately that didn't pan out. And there are other projects on the horizon in that front. So,
what have you heard? Because you're a business owner and you're in a business where people stop by all the time, and I'm sure you hear about all sorts of things all the time.
Every day.
What are some of the main comments on how the city is perceived in working with the business community? And what are some ways, if you think you can improve that?
Well, I think we still have challenges, in the building department, and we've done a great job. We have a citizen panel that they just put together right now of citizens, builders, and real estate agents to go through our code and find out what makes things easier. So I think we're in the right direction there, but I think that has been a challenge. Some of the rates and fees are challenges, but unfortunately when we're not growing, the citizens have to pay what we have. And, the stormwater, the phase 2 permit that just came up was an unfunded mandate by the state, of course, and the city had to raise rates. I voted no on that because I just don't think it's fair. Because we didn't take action years ago to hit people with 30% increases, businesses with even larger increases than that.
Yeah.
But we had that out there all over the place, multiple public hearings and briefings and city meetings where we talked about it, and we really only had one business owner come in and talk about it. So
how do you get more folks engaged like that?
Well, unfortunately, the only people that come to our meetings is when they're upset.
Yeah.
Whether it be a roundabout or a bad road or a bad neighbor. It would be nice if people would actually come to the meetings and get involved so we can not just when they're upset, because we do so much. I mean, we do a lot, and all of us have independent boards that we're on. I'm on the Housing Behavioral Health Advisory Board. It's a very difficult board, but it's we advise the Board of County Commissioners where a lot of this money coming into the state, the treatment sales tax, and some of this housing money for rental assistance and all this, and we advise the county commission on how to spend that money. Some goes to Community Lifeline, Crossroad Housing, Conseco. I mean, many organizations out there. So I'm also the park board president, and on not city related, I'm the president of the ROTC Booster Club this year. This coming year. I was the vice president last year. I'm also a board member of the Lions Club, and so I keep pretty busy.
Yeah, you certainly do.
I do.
One of the things that we've seen and talked about over the years is the homeless problem.
Well,
we talked about housing, and I know that building a bunch of new houses tomorrow will not fix that necessarily, but it's become an issue.
It is extremely tough issue in cities all across the state and the country right now. Affordable housing. We need housing at all levels. We need low-income housing, whether it be tiny home villages. We need affordable housing for workforce, for nurses and Sierra Pacific employees and prison guards that can't afford a $300,000 house right now, nor $2,000 in rent.
Right.
I mean, rent is even outrageous. So we need all level housing, and I'm hoping that this panel we put together, that's something that comes up is, can we rezone some land for tiny homes, and mother-in-law apartments on land, and maybe even, some structured manufactured home parks. But we need to do something, and that's not just a homeless issue. The homeless issue, there's so many different variances to homelessness. There's a circumstance, just can't afford it. There's mental illness, which is a huge problem. There's addiction, and the county's doing a great job. The health department, Lydia, and Abe Gardner and Todd Parker. I mean, they're all doing a great job trying to solve these issues, and that's how this board came together. Is there's all this pots of money? How do we use it best?
Yeah.
And so we got to do something there. It's very difficult. A lot of the complaints. It's very difficult, the homeless issue, because of certain court decisions that restrict us from removing people out of public parks or public sidewalks, and it's constraining. I mean, so what are the options? Do we build a homeless camp? I'm not thrilled about that at all. Do we build homes? I definitely would like people to come in and give us some ideas of what they would like to see.
And we were just talking about engagement and how you get one person to show up to a meeting or something like that. And this is the time where the community should get together.
Exactly.
And try to figure this thing out, how you're going to do it. Because it's tough. As I'm out walking before the show, you see people in the doorways, and so you feel for them without fully understanding their scenario. But then you see the fact that they're in a doorway, which is someone's business, or maybe someone in their livelihood, and so then you look at it from that perspective. It's just it's a tough one.
I get it. I have a business in the city, and I have one in the county. The city has more issues because it's walking distance from everywhere, and I get it. Nobody wants to step on the unmentionable and trip over, and people want to feel safe walking on their streets. I get it, but until we can get these courts to help us out a little bit, what can we do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really tough, and it's just not Shelton. It's everywhere. We have there are a lot of services here in Mason County. There's tons of services to get help when they want it.
That's the other thing, is you gotta identify the folks that are willing to take the help when it's offered, and say, okay, well, you're going to follow down this path perhaps, and then the folks who want no assistance, you say, okay, well, gosh,
Yeah.
that's tough, Eric. Well, Eric Onisko is running unopposed, again, for Councilmember 4 position where he currently holds, so you'll be able to vote for him in August.
Yep.
You'll see his name there under Council 4. Eric,
No,
it's good
November.
November. What did I say? August, the
yeah.
primary. You're right.
Yeah.
November
Yeah.
for the general election. Good to see you.
You too.
Good to see that you're continuing on the hard work for the city.
Well, thank you, and come to our meetings. Get involved and learn about us. We work for you. I don't work for the city. The city has to survive, and that's part of my job is to help them do that. But I really work for the people, and I really want people to get involved and help us. Give us some ideas of what you'd like to see in the future of Shelton.
Do you think that if you said at the beginning your position and all the positions are at large, do you think if they were district out, you would get more engagement? People would feel a little more ownership to you as their representative in District 4?
Well, Shelton's cut up kind of strange. Like, I live up on North Cliff, and I'm considered to be downtown.
Right.
So we would have to fix the districts probably to make that work, first of all. And two, I don't know. I don't know if it would make a big difference. It may restrain us from getting more candidates to run for office,
Sure.
because if you have just a certain area and nobody wants to run there, does
Right.
that seat stay open?
Yeah, I
Or,
see what you're saying.
It's a small town still. I think that when we grow down the road, that might be something that we need to look at as districts. But we are kind of cut up. We got. I'm not sure why North Cliff would be considered downtown.
No, who knows?
I mean, downtown should really be downtown.
Yeah.
So.
You start heading up those hills, that's where you get somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Thought on that. All right, thanks, Eric.
Well, thank you, Jeff.